Welcome to the ADT Security NBC Sports Update. Here's your host, Alan Bestwin.
The Martinsville Speedway in Virginia, where they've been holding NASCAR races since 1949. Today, before a sellout crowd, the chase for the Nextel Cup continues. Our NBC Sports live coverage of NASCAR begins shortly. And welcome to our ADT Sports Update. I'm Alan Bestwick. Lots of racing for you here today. After NASCAR, we go two-wheel racing, the high-flying AMA Supercross Series in the Jeremy McGrath Invitational. That's later today. Then tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, it's Football Night in America, your first source for news from around the football world after Sunday's games. That's at 7 Eastern here on NBC. Let's start in baseball now. Game 1 of the World Series last night in the Motor City, where the St. Louis Cardinals took apart the Detroit Tigers and their young pitcher, Justin Verlander. Top of the third, Cardinals leading 2-1. Albert Pujols with this two-run blast to put the Cardinals up by a 4-1 score. St. Louis pitcher Anthony Reyes shut down the Tigers offense, giving up just 4 hits in 8+ innings. Cardinals win Game 1 7-2. Frantic finishes the order of the day in college football. We go to suburban Chicago, where Northwestern led Michigan State 38-3 in the third quarter before the Spartans reeled off 38 unanswered points. Here they tie the game with just under 4 minutes to go. Then after an interception, kick the winning field goal with just 15 seconds remaining. It's the biggest comeback in NCAA Division 1A history. The Spartans win 41-38. Ryan Bailey, the Texas sophomore walk-on backup kicker, put through a 22-yarder with 23 seconds left to give the number 5 Longhorns a hard-fought road win over the number 17 Nebraska Cornhuskers. And in South Bend, Brady Quinn threw a 45-yard touchdown pass to Jeff Samardzija with just 27 seconds to go. And the Fighting Irish are lifted to a 2017 win over UCLA to improve to 6-1. And that's all for the ADT Sports Update for now. Countdown to Green is next.
This has been the ADT Security NBC Sports Update. ADT Security Services, the world leader in home and business security.
This is the Bank of America Countdown to Green as we get set to go racing.
NBC Sports, in association with NASCAR, presents Round 6 in the chase for the Nextel Cup Championship, the Subway 500 from the Martinsville Speedway in Virginia. The stars of NASCAR know this short track can lead to short tempers, and some of the biggest stars are short on time. Today it is Round 6 of the chase. It's at Martinsville. It's only 1.5 miles, only 1/2 mile around, but big things will happen here today. Hi everybody, our NBC race team happy to welcome you to race number 6 in the 10-race chase for the Nextel Cup. This is the Bank of America Countdown to Green. I'm Bill Weber. Right off the top, I can tell you we are in the hurry up. It has rained on and off here this morning. It is a very chilly 53 degrees. The green flag has been earlied up to 12:55 Eastern Time. That's about 22 minutes from right now. Take a look at the championship standings heading into this race at the halfway mark of the chase. Today's starting positions are listed in the right-hand column. 7-time Martinsville winner Jeff Gordon starts on the outside of the front row. Casey Kane is way back in 32nd. No race this season has been won from worse than 31st. Only once in 115 races at this track has the winner come from deeper than 24th. Here's Marty Snyder with the championship leader.
And the Virginia native comes to his home state racetrack at Martinsville and is eyeing the Nextel Cup with 5 races to go. As you said, Bill, the championship leader. Is this, of the 5 tracks left, the one you're most worried about, Jeff?
Well, I mean, it is right now today, but next week we'll be worried about Atlanta. You know, the way you win a championship is you race every race one at a time, and we have 5 races left, and, you know, this race pays the same amount of points as the next race. Obviously, I think this race has the opportunity to affect a lot of people in the chase. You know, the way Talladega had the opportunity to affect a lot of people in the chase. But as tight as it is, if anybody slips up in any one race, they can find themselves in trouble. So this is a big race because it's the race we're at this weekend.
Jeff Burton finished 5th in this race last year. Matt Yoakum.
Matt Kent is 2nd in the championship standings. Now, while many people thought Talladega would be their wild card race, Matt Kent has said all along when the chase hits, it's Martinsville. And you guys did a lot to that race car in final practice. Where does the confidence level stand going into today's race, Matty?
Probably not that high, but this is, you know, we haven't had a lot of speed in our Arnold Couriers Fusion this weekend at all. We've worked on trying to get it comfortable, try to get it to turn and get traction, but it's just been tough for us to do, so we're going to do the best we can today. It's one of them tracks where if you can stay out of trouble, stay in the lead lap, you know, hopefully we can still get a good finish and, you know, get it better next time so we can race with them.
He rolls off from the 20th position. Bill?
Thanks, Matt. Today, the only short track in the chase, the shortest track on the Nextel Cup circuit. 43 cars on this half-mile track is a recipe for trouble.
Well, welcome to Wally's World here in Martinsville. My special guest, he's trying to break into Nextel Cup racing. You're going to hear a lot from him. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, you did. Good job.
Okay.
You ready?
Now, there's three important things here at Martinsville I want to try to teach you.
Okay.
All right. One is, when you're going down into the corner, you want to make sure that you hit the brakes. A lot of guys don't do that. It causes a lot of problems. Another thing you want to do here at Martinsville, which I think is real important, you want to get really, really, really close to the wall. And it really doesn't make the car go that fast, but the girls love it.
Yeah, this looks cool.
I would say the most important thing in Martinsville, before you leave, make sure you go to the concession stand and get a couple of hot dogs.
Oh, yeah, I've already had 5.
See Gordon sitting up there?
I thought that was him. I didn't want to say anything.
Did you learn anything on this deal? I tried to give you a couple of pointers.
Yeah, I did. I learned you get close to the wall, but not too close. Stay off the curbs. Don't lock the front brakes up getting in the corner. Get off the corner straight. Should be good.
Most important thing.
What's that?
Don't forget to get your hot dogs at the concession stand.
Yeah. Oh, I'm already good there.
Thanks for coming, man, and
You
good
got
luck.
it. Thanks for giving me a ride. I thought you said I got the drive.
Matt.
Never met before, thousands of them, emails, cards, letters, and I think the story it turned out very well. So if you want to find out about how I've been fighting this lung cancer, NBCSports.com.
And maybe the best piece of advice there, BP, was the last line in that article.
If you don't feel well, go see a doctor. I mean, early detection in anything is the key.
All right, and that's what you did, right?
That's what I did.
Okay.
What if you're psychotic like Weber? Is there any symptoms for that?
See,
No help for you.
no sensitivity, is there? That's all at NBCSports.com. I'll tell you, we were outside for the Bank of America Countdown to Green, and it might say it's 53, but it feels a lot colder, doesn't it?
It feels like it's about 33. It is cold out there.
But that's good for the drivers.
Oh, yes.
That's good for the drivers because they won't feel that heat coming up through those floorboards, and also for the brakes. You don't normally have too many brake issues when it's a nice cool day like this because it makes a big difference. Keeps everything cold.
Field has just gotten the one to go. We'll get the green flag next time by. Here are the Chevy drivers to watch and their best Martinsville finish. Obviously, Gordon with the 7 wins here. Jimmy Johnson has run strong here. Earnhardt has never won here, and Kevin Harvick really hasn't had many good runs here. His best finish 7th. Our Chevy drivers to watch here at the Martinsville Speedway.
Yesterday in practice, Jimmy Johnson, that 48 car, was very, very fast, and they were extremely happy with their car.
I think that 20 car looked pretty good too, BP. I watched him down in the corners, and that thing probably was one of the most consistent cars that I saw out there in practice.
We'll see how it all unfolds. 500 laps on this tight half-mile track. Kurt Busch, Jeff Gordon on the front row. Green flag going in the air for the Subway 500 on NBC.
Gordon's going to lead that first one.
Really wanted it. Around early, Sterling Marlin,
man.
Kyle Petty, who had the good qualifying run.
Truex got hit somebody pretty hard. He's got some radiator damage there.
Happened right in front of championship leader Jeff Burton. First caution of the day.
I've been watching Jeff Burton going by on the outs, trying to pass these cars on the outside. We'll see that Kyle Petty just gets on the outside and loses control. And now we see what happened to Truex. He ran the back of 41, Reed Sorensen.
On board with the championship leader. You have to be so cautious here because of the accordion effect. He got Nemechek working his way through the first caution.
On the right, flapping right there. That's a hood pin that's out, and like I said, it looks like there may be 2 of them. If you were on a faster racetrack, that hood would just peel back and just slam on the windshield.
And that's directly related to when he ran in the back of the 01 car earlier on in the race.
Dave, you got some more?
And they're not talking about it yet. They may after we show it for a while, but they're not talking about the hood pins right now. Interesting note, Jeff Burton is one of the only teams this year, I think there's only a couple left, that have not used the lucky dog rule this year. If they have to pit and they go a lap down, if they're the first car a lap off the pace, they get a free pass on the following caution. So they may take advantage of that rule finally in 2006.
See how that works out, but when the lapping process starts here, Jeff Gordon's going to be passing a lot of guys in a hurry.
Well, yeah, that started. He caught LePage.
Right.
He is right next to Kenny Wallace. Mike Skinner's right in front of him, so he's going to be in the thick of it pretty quick here.
See, Reed Sorensen, that 41 target car,
is out on the racetrack.
Trying to get turned around here. Got the leader over here.
He wanted to spin it down the other way so badly, but so much traffic come by he couldn't do it. But I thought he did a good job. What space he had, turning it around the other direction.
And he was running 11th.
I am gonna reckon.
Think he had some help, BP?
Oh, I would guess so.
Here we go down in the corner. Looks like Ryan Newman is right on his tail, and yep, pretty much just booted him out of the way. And I believe if Casey Mears gets back to that 12 car, there'll be some more contact.
There's no way in the world you're going to get convinced 42 that wasn't intentional.
Going to be very busy on pit road. Michael Waltrip is the lucky dog. The leaders are on pit road and in their stalls, Matt.
And the former Martinsville winner, Jimmy Johnson, is in. Chad Canassa is going to try to fix the handling of this race car with a track bar adjustment. It was a little free on entry, but his biggest issue was snug across the center of the corner. AB?
Jeff Gordon naturally very pleased with the handling of his car. Said if it drives like this all day, it's going to be fun. 4-tire change there. Marty?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. hits pit road running second out, and he said the car just a little bit tight in the center of the corner, but he didn't have much to say on that run. They said, you want to make any changes? He said, nah, let's leave it like it is. Dave?
Jeff Burton's crew taking extra time now. Wally, they went with tape, believe it or not. Feeling that that was the way to go, they put tape on the right front of that car, keep the hood in place. Also made an air pressure adjustment for Jeff's car to turn a little bit better in the center of the corner.
How about that Kenny Schrader? Great run going for Schrader. Where'd he end up? 8th off pit road?
That's the Nextel race off of pit road. Nextel celebrating speed, teamwork, and getting things done instantly. Under caution here at Martinsville, sort out the running order when we come back.
Get into it. It looked like the 42 got underneath the 12 car in the corner, and they made some contact. Right in here. And you see here, these guys are bouncing off each other. The 42 comes up and runs into the 12. Then the 12 goes down the back, turns left, runs into the 42. Okay, so now they're in turn 3 and they're really aggravated at each other.
Oh, they're really angry by now.
And when they went down and got into turn 4, turn 1, they decided, okay, I'll finish it off right here.
Well, NASCAR has sent Ryan Newman to the tail end of the longest line for aggressive driving. And they've also warned Casey Mears in the 42 car to monitor his behavior, and they will start one car apart when we go back to green. There's Mears in the 42. And there's one car behind him, and then the 12 of Ryan Newman, the tail end of the longest line, the field getting the 1 to go.
And here's how it usually works out. Next week in Atlanta, they'll be parked beside of each other in the garage here.
Probably have that honor you were talking about, Bill.
Wait until we get the official word on the lucky dog. You can see the sun coming out here in Martinsville.
I also see some damage to the left rear of that 40 car, like someone might have helped him go around.
We've seen a little of that already today.
Because if you'd hit the wall, that it makes sense that would be pushed in. Let's see.
Yeah, I'd say he had a little contact there.
That McMurray in 26?
Yes, sir.
It is.
And Wally, you're correct. Casey Kane is the lucky dog. So he gets to come around and be the 23rd car on the lead lap.
Pit road was closed at that time. My guess is next time by we'll see feeding at the zoo.
Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Raines, the top 5. Half-mile track here at Martinsville. Very tight and windy pit road.
What I mean by that is the chaos that goes on pit road.
And that is a good word for it here. Some places it's organized chaos. Here, it's just flat out chaos. Jimmy Johnson is headed toward Matt Yoakum.
Those guys up on the wall waiting for Jimmy to peel around the corner here and hit his box. Easy in, easy out. A small chassis adjustment says the car was very consistent. Just a tick on the tight side on that run. AB.
Jeff Gordon going to get a little help with an adjustment for the rear end grip on this car. We have 4 tire change here by the 24 team as they go to work. You got a lot of brake dust off the front of that car. Marty?
Alan Tony Stewart running third said he lost the forward bite at the end of that run. He said, we're not terrible. We just need to be a little bit better. They're going to take out the wedge adjustment they put in last time and a pound out of both left side tires for the 20 team. Dave?
Mark Martin's crew had a very smooth pit stop. Now the hard part, negotiating this slow and winding pit road. Mark has the first stall coming in. He has to watch all the guys pulling out in front of him like these guys pulling off a pit road here. There goes Mark. They made a 4 tire change, just slight increase in the air pressure in the right rear to help the car turn.
Very tricky working your way off of pit road here.
Mark was running about 12th or 13th when this series of pit stops started.
Watch out here at Martinsville. Oh, lost a can. Martinsville Speedway, single car spin by Michael Waltrip, bringing out the yellow. Our 4th caution period of the day. Jimmy Johnson is the race leader, then Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Denny Hamlin, and Tony Stewart. Pit road is open. Johnson is coming for a visit to you, Matt.
And they're looking at another small track bar adjustment, just trying to keep up with the changing racetrack. And even with the sun out, it hasn't changed drastically. So they're going to make some small adjustments air pressure-wise as well. But Jimmy said the car, really good. Just a tick on the tight side. Starts out a little on the free side. They are very pleased. AB?
Jeff Gordon looking for help getting into and off of the corner. It's going to be a 4 tire change. They'll pull off one of the windshield tear-offs to help him there. And they're going to try and see if they can get out ahead of the 48 car, maybe gain that spot they lost on the track here on pit road. Marty?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. running third. He said, I just want to be more aggressive with the gas, but I really can't afford to do that because I'm worried that the car is going to snap loose coming off the corners. He's a little tight in the center of the corner. They're going to take the time to take on 4 tires and make their first adjustment of the day, and air pressure adjustment in the right front. Dave?
Mark Martin once again making the long drive down pit road. 4 tires on the car. Just a hint, in Mark's words, of wedge out of the left rear. The car is turning better, but he doesn't want to make it too loose.
So the field works off of pit road, coming out of turn 2 and onto the backstretch. Under caution at Martinsville, spin by Michael Waltrip. Then you're riding along. Well, you're not really riding along. You're just kind of like sitting there because the caution is out.
Still under power right now, but something definitely wrong under the hood.
The car looks like he's extremely loose when he comes off the corner. Looks like he wants to spin out.
On board with Burton.
This is not good.
No. Came in as the championship leader.
Well, what do you think now?
You see him looking down at his gauges. He's looking.
Carburetor down here.
It's the carburetor. It is not the carburetor. It's the engine. Trust me. It's the engine. What do you want to do?
They want to keep running until they won't run anymore, would be my guess.
Jump in here, Dave.
And you hear the voice of Jeff Burton. You heard crew chief Scott Miller. You also heard the voice of Wes Adams. He's the engine tuner. They always bring a tuner to the racetrack, and he was also trying to diagnose. But Jeff is now saying it's definitely something internal. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, well, you're sitting there as a driver, and when something like this happens, you want answers. You don't know what to do because you don't want to. This isn't a call that you want to make, but obviously.
Going for a little while.
See, right now, he's getting passed by everybody, so what I would do is I'd come in and get it fixed. I mean, obviously, you can't even run fast enough to stay even with the cars that are a lap or two down. So at this point, he's got to make a call and just bring it in.
I think, was that the voice of Richard Childress that said run it for?
Almost had a caution right here.
20 in the 8, Stewart and Earnhardt Jr. It was hard to tell, BP. You think that was RC?
It sounded like RC that said run it for a while.
He's way off the pace right now.
One DNF in 2006 for Burton. Engine failure at Michigan in August. That's when he called his crew together in the garage and said, we're going to be okay.
He's 3 seconds off the pace right now.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Coming to you, I heard him say, coming to you.
He had 4 straight top 10s, then that 27th at Talladega.
To the garage.
Dave?
And guys, that was the voice of Richard Childress. Jeff responded back, if we keep running it, it will blow up. We'll get an update as soon as we have more.
Jeff Burton came in here leading the championship standings. Got the win at Dover. But now in the garage. And a long way to go. Now here's why all three almost jumped out of the booth a minute ago.
It looks like the 8 was held up a little bit by the 07. Tony Stewart saw an opportunity, went down there to fill it, and there was a little bit of contact there. You watch as they go down into the corner here. You'll see the 7 will slide up the track a little bit. Junior tried to go underneath. Stewart was there.
And a car has spun in turn 2, Ward Burton. And the caution is out. 5th caution period of the race.
It's out of.
Somebody got underneath him. Looks like Gilliland got way down underneath him, hit the curb. When he hit the curb, he bounced up into Ward.
And Ward did not make contact with the, ooh, yeah, he's all over that curb, isn't he? And Ward did not make contact with the outside retaining wall, which is a good thing.
Clint Boyer is the lucky dog. Will come around and be the 23rd car on the lead lap. There you see Jeff Burton back in the garage. Hood up, crew hard at work. Came in as the championship leader, but right now he's already slipped to 3rd.
Well, crashing, it looks like turn 3, isn't that, Bill?
Sure is.
They're all stacked up down there.
Casey Kane was at the back of it. Don't know if he's got any damage, but Kevin Harvick does.
Left front, a lot of damage to that 29 car.
5th right now in the standings. So another Childress car with problems here at Martinsville. And we're not even halfway yet.
And he's only got 2 in the chase. Both of them having trouble.
Doesn't look too serious right there. That looks just like some body damage. They'll get that banged out, and that won't be too big of an issue.
As a matter of fact, Junior finished 4th, I think, here with more damage than that early in the race.
See, at 41 to Reed Sorensen's around, but it happened up before him.
The 10 car gets in the back of him. Scott Riggs gets in the back of Sorensen. Around he goes. But it's one of those accordion effects.
Yeah, right.
It happened about 10 car lengths in front of them, and it finally caught up with these 2 guys.
On board with Kurt Busch, Miller Lite Dodge.
Check up, check up, check up. Watch them down, watch them. Come on, you're clear. Caution's out, good job.
Good job. That was a good job. Greg Biffle, he gets involved in this.
Back it down, back it down, back it down, back it down. Stay on the bottom. Come on when you can. Come on, come on, come on.
Been a hard day for Biffle. He's 38, 13 laps down. This is Kevin Harvick's onboard camera.
Looks like Skinner's going to get the brunt of his left front. Yep.
Under caution at Martinsville. About just a few moments before Burton went to the garage.
Just keep going, Jeff. On a half-mile track, you're going to lose everything. Just keep going for a little while. If it breaks, you ain't going to make up enough. Just keep going. Richard, if we don't fix it, it will blow up. It will not make the race. So that you fix it even if you go in there.
And they did go in the garage area, and they can't fix it.
Yeah.
Or they haven't yet, anyway.
Dave Burns is watching that story. Ryan Newman was the lucky dog. 23 cars on the lead lap. Jimmy Johnson is the race leader.
Green, green, green.
12 laps from halfway. Oh, that's too bad.
32 on the wall.
Hard, Quapple hard in the wall. Well, it's a huge break for Raines because he has had such a terrific run going in that 96 DLP car.
You're exactly right.
Good break for Casey Mears, too. Get that lap back.
He's back in the lead lap, isn't he?
And Sterling Marlin will be the lucky dog. 7th caution period of the race.
96, he may got that tire cut down with contact with the 06 car.
David Ragan gets in the left rear and cuts the tire down. You're right, Wally. And I guess when they started slowing down that someone ran in the back of the 32 car. Yeah, it's hard to say.
Raines was running 6th when that happened. After the top 10 finish last Saturday at Charlotte. He's on pit road. Pit road will be open this time. Looks like Johnson is going to head that way. Yep, he came over the commitment line. Johnson came, Gordon did not.
Neither did Stewart or Hamlin.
A lot of guys staying out.
Wow.
And Chad Canals calling for a small air pressure adjustment while they give up the lead to their teammate, the 24, Jeff Gordon. Also going to make a chassis adjustment. They felt like the car just wasn't quite as good on that run as it was before. Still trying to keep this race car in that sweet spot that Jimmy likes it. It was turning so well in the center. Marty.
Well, Matt, this ought to be interesting. Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes to pit road running in the 3rd position and not very happy with a call either. Tony Eury Jr. said, come. If the leader comes, that's what Jr. did. He followed the 48 down pit road. Obviously, very few cars pitting under this caution. No changes to the car and 4 tires. Bill?
The 25 cars on the lead lap. And you see Mark Martin also on pit road. And these guys will be at the back. Here's Dave.
With Jeff Burton now, who has stepped out of the back of his hauler. Jeff, first of all, do you know what the problem was with the motor?
Yeah, something probably broken the valve train. That's just a guess. I'm not much of an engine guy, but that's what I think happened. But you know, these things happen, and it's everybody's had an issue in this chase, and we had ours today. This thing's not over for us by any means. The Singular Chevrolet team is really fast. They were awesome on pit road today. We didn't run as good as we wanted to, but we made the car a lot better that next to last run, and just a bad day for us. But we won't quit. I can guarantee you that. This team is really tough and really resilient. We still feel like that going to Atlanta that we have as good a chance as anybody, and I can guarantee you this team will not lay down.
You immediately asked the team to come to the hauler with you. Can you characterize what it was you had to say to them?
We didn't. I didn't have anything to say to them. I just wanted to get everybody together, and you know, we're a team. We fight together. We die together. We do everything together, and that's what it's all about. I make mistakes. They don't get down on me, and we will, like I said, we will go to Atlanta feeling like we have as good of a chance as anybody to win this thing.
Great. Thanks, Jeff. Bill?
Thank you, Dave. Right now, Burton out of the race, 40th. Car owner Richard Childress here at Martinsville. Tough day for a couple of his guys.
Spins.
And keeps going.
You know, some days it's just your day, you know. Looks like maybe the 07 made contact.
We're going 4 tires out of here.
Crew Chief Robbie Reiser.
Yeah, he's mad at somebody because he was in a hurry to get somewhere. Then he stuck his hand out the window. So it was probably the 07 car of Clint Boyer.
A likely suspect.
You have a winner.
That's right about where Gordon did the spin and win, isn't it? Got turned around here by Jimmy Spencer, as I recall. On board with Earnhardt.
Yeah, you can see Boyer got in the back of Matt. Fortunately for Matt, he didn't hit anything.
Bobby Labonte is the lucky dog. While we were going through the field, David Gilliland came to pit road for a tire issue. Dave Blaney was black flagged by NASCAR for smoking. Actually, the car was smoking.
Now then, okay, Jeff Gordon and, you know, Denny Hamlin and these guys, they will probably pit. What do you think? Will Johnson and Jr. stay out?
I would think so.
You think?
I would think so.
I think Johnson would come.
You think so? How many laps have they run?
Because
I don't know. Junior's in 13th. I bet you they're having that discussion right now.
They've gone about a little over 30 laps.
About 25 laps?
Yeah.
Okay, here we see. There comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Jimmy Johnson stayed out.
Johnson stayed out. Junior stayed out.
I thought so.
Matt, under the most recent caution.
Watch the Jackman. Philip G lets the car down, and he starts to push the car, and all of a sudden, it looks like his leg just collapsed. Alan, is that the Jack wasn't involved, was it?
Yeah, I looked at the team's video of the camera in their own pits, BP, and I can't see that. They have taken Philip G to the medical center here. Joe Custer, the general manager of the team, said it was a left leg injury, and they'll get us more information when that's possible.
Thanks, Alan.
I shouldn't have ever said anything, and he is hot.
Yeah.
He is hot.
This happened just a moment ago.
Now, Schrader's had 700 starts. Is he going to? No, he's not going to throw his helmet.
No, you know why? Because he has to pay for it.
Yeah, he has to pay for those paint jobs.
But he's going to tell somebody just how angry he is.
I believe he's going to be
he's
mad.
got a weapon.
Oh, wow.
He's got a bumper bar.
Maybe he's just going to pick it up and walk across the track.
Maybe that's the deal. Yeah, I guess he is.
I bet he's going to leave it somewhere.
Yeah, he's going to leave it in a certain pit.
His. Okay, now we can show you what happened.
All right, if you go down straight away, going into turn 1, the 06 runs into the back of him as you're turning into the corner. You don't really want to do that because you'll crash a guy if you hit him like that.
And then you might get another guy, too.
And then you'll get a few other people involved in the wreck. And Kenny was running, you know, this is the bad part about it. You know, Ragan is 3 laps down. Kenny Schrader is running in the top 10. You just took out a guy in the top 10. So, man, I know you're learning, but got to be careful.
And Schrader was trying to work around him leading up to that, too.
Yeah. No, there's no call for that. Sorry.
Matt.
And the 48 Jimmy Johnson already in. Bill, they've already completed work on the right side. Chad Canals calling for a small air pressure adjustment for Jimmy. He was having a great run out front to AB.
Denny Hamlin will come in. They'll make a 4-tire change here. Going to make a track bar adjustment. See the wrench going in. Half a turn down to try and help the handling on that car. Marty?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. running third. They said now this is a no-brainer. We'll communicate well this time. You're coming to pit road. 4 tires and no changes to the chassis. This worked out perfectly for the 18. They'll cycle back in with everybody else. Dave?
Casey King gives up 7th position. They take on 4 for perhaps the last time. No chassis adjustments for Casey.
Field works its way off of pit road. What'd you say the fuel window here was?
Well, about 160 laps. When they go back to green, they're about to have 170 laps.
We'll see what happens. Only 166 to go right now, and we'll even try and find Ken Schrader and talk to him, and that should be entertaining as well.
Yeah, I'm going to dive into the middle of this. Michael McSwain obviously venting some frustrations to Ken Schrader. They had a terrific run going today. That had been going on for a while, hadn't it, Kenny? You and Ragan.
I moved him earlier. I moved him at Dover, and I moved him. I didn't wreck him. And, you know, you'll have that when you're a couple laps down and racing with the guys that aren't. You'll get that if you stay up there in the middle of it and race it. But he just paid me back. No problem. The rest of the places are pretty fast this year.
Hey, you grabbed a pipe, and I can't tell whether you missed him or didn't see him go by.
No. I'm not going to get fined over this deal. It's already been a bad enough day.
And obviously, they had a very good run going today, and a lot of frustration down here with the 21 team, and rightfully so, Wally.
Why didn't we think of that when it comes to money? I wasn't going to throw that pipe. I completely overlooked that.
Kurt Busch is the race leader, then Jimmy Johnson, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Denny Hamlin, Jeff Gordon,
Mike Skinner. Looks like he has the engine fired and a lot of damage to the rear of that car. A lot of damage.
Bobby Labonte was the lucky dog under the last caution. Jamie McMurray, the lucky dog here. He will come around and be the 25th car scored on the lead lap. Early look, it's already underway.
Oh.
But the 96 might have had something to do with that.
That would be my guess.
Kurt Busch won the race off of pit road. He is the race leader at Martinsville. 346 laps complete. 154 to go in the Subway 500.
Ragan.
Caution is out.
They were 3 abreast. This started out as 3 abreast going down the straightaway with Ragan, Stewart, and somebody else, and I just kept watching going, okay.
Cut tire, left rear.
Here it comes. I think Stewart was right in there. But yeah, here we go, 3 abreast. Stewart gets by Ragan. The 4-car Ward's on the outside. He slows, the 06 slows down. The 19 gets underneath them, tries to get underneath them. That's how it all started. Just a mess.
Elliott Sadler. Well, 3 wide here is never good.
No.
David Ragan is getting an education in short track racing at Martinsville today. He's on board with Harvick.
He goes down the corner, and there's the contact between Sadler and 19.
Go high, stay in the gap. Caution down, caution down.
Nice job by Harvick. He runs in the 10th spot. Jimmy Johnson is the race leader. You're watching the Subway 500 under caution at Martinsville. Kurt Busch.
Right side damage.
I'm sorry about that, Matt, but he tried to turn under the 10 car as he came off.
Yeah,
Marty.
Well, guys, what I was going to say on that one restart where he got passed under the car right after the restart for the lead, he said the car is extremely loose. He was amazed that one adjustment, they went up on the track bar, 1 round, changed the car completely. He said the car was a little tight on the run before, 1 round up on the track bar, and he couldn't drive it, and obviously 2 loose there as well.
Well, now, what happened that time?
Help, BP?
I'll show you what happened on this time.
Full turn.
When he comes off turn 4, he tries to turn under the 10 car, and the 10 car tries to turn to get down on the bottom and let him go by on the outside.
And he actually hit Kurt Busch's right front.
Yeah.
When he hit the right front, it spun Kurt Busch around. Watch the contact, see?
Yeah. Actually, the 10 car was not trying to come down the hill. He just made contact with him in that right front.
Now on board with Kurt.
See, Ragan's got a little bit loose there.
Car just got us coming off a full.
I don't like that sound, do you? I really don't like that sound.
Dale Jarrett was the lucky dog under the previous caution. Ward Burton is the lucky dog under this caution. And this is our 12th caution. The record here, 19.
Oh, please, please, let's don't set any records in that department today.
This race a year ago.
But this is the time of the race where you get more and more yellows now.
Because we're approaching that magic 100 lap mark.
Get position of 100 to go. That's right. Jeff Gordon on pit road. He's not going to stop anymore after this stop.
Gives up the 4th position.
Alan, is that right? This is the final stop?
Yeah, I talked to his crew chief, Steve Letarte, after that last caution, Benny. He said we made a huge adjustment on the last stop. We've got time to back off it a little bit if we need to on our final stop. He said we will stop one more time. Now, this can work to his advantage because the next time when everybody else pits, he'll stay out there. Then they just have to hold him off on a little bit older tire. The 4-tire change here for the 24 car and air pressure adjustment for Jeff Gordon. I'm listening to the conversation his crew chief is having with the driver, and they're checking that left front fender. A little bit of damage there, and they went back to check a lug nut on the right front, which not a bad idea since there's no pressure from behind on pit road.
And they've got plenty of time to do it because he's got pit road all to himself. Interesting strategy move by Steve Letarte and 7-time Martinsville winner Jeff Gordon. See how it plays out. Working caution number 12 in the Subway 500. It's Matt Kenseth in the 17. There's Harvick smoking left front. Allen?
Trying to find out who he hit, but yeah, Kevin Harvick has pushed that left front fender in again. Now, they had knocked the brace out from under that fender in the earlier incident when they had the problem in the left front damage back at lap 233. So that fender is not as strong as it was at the start of the race to keep it off that tire. That's not good here.
No, not at all.
And that tire's not going to be nearly as strong as it was before it started rubbing that fender either.
Right now, Harvick 5th in the championship standings, 41 points. like he'll be headed back to pit road. There he goes. And right to the garage, actually. Jimmy Johnson out front of Denny Hamlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kyle Busch, and Casey Kane. 115 to go at Martinsville. We'll see how this one plays out. Round
comes our next caution.
And by gosh, the caution flag is out. McMurray continues on his way.
So who hit him?
And we are looking at caution, lucky number 13. Let's find out, BP.
Hey, Bobby Labonte.
43 car.
24 right there, gets through it.
Just barely. Boy, they snap around quick when you get contact, don't they?
A lot of good donuts today.
You know, I was just thinking, how in the world did anybody behind him see anything? That's what they saw, nothing.
Pit road will be open when the leaders get there this time. They're just coming off of turn 2.
This would be the moment of truth.
Okay, yes, sir. This is the moment of truth. Jimmy Johnson looks like he's coming to pit road. He looks like he's coming to pit road.
And he is.
Denny Hamlin is. They all are coming to pit. I don't believe it, Matt, but they're coming to you.
BP, that was the game plan all along. If we got a caution around lap 400 and Jimmy Johnson working his way in, says the car took 2 heat cycles for it to finally tighten up. So Chad Canal is going to do a combo platter of adjustments. Air pressure, they were talking about doing a chassis adjustment. They also said they only need about 3 seconds of fuel. Got that in. Good stop going by the 48 guys, and he is down and away, AB.
Watch for the Denny Hamlin team to pull the fender right there away from the right front tire after that contact he had with Dale Earnhardt Jr. earlier. A 4 tire stop here, and they're hoping to gain a couple positions off pit road. Marty?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. came to pit road, Alan, because first of all, everybody else did, but secondly, because he was starting to lose the grip on the racetrack. As we told you, the car just did not have the forward bite it had earlier. They go down half around on the track bar, and he'll lose a lot of spots here on pit road as well.
And they work their way off of pit road onto the backstretch. Crew cam action, BP.
Scott Plattenberger jerks that tire off, tightens the lug nuts, around to the left side. Come on, get the jack up. Come on, let's go. There we go. Down that goes the jack. Away goes Carl.
Chief, driver of the 11 car, sat in his hauler with him this morning, and he told me he gets very concerned about these strategy races here at Martinsville because it's easy for a crew chief to take a 5th place car and make it into a 15th place car just by being on the wrong end of all these different pit maneuvers. Let's see, wasn't Hamlin running second a little while ago?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
And that time by 9th, Alan.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do and not a lot of laps.
Elliott Sadler is very slow along the front stretch. He'll try and make it to the garage.
5 car. Oh, man, he was running about 10th position.
You'd think Ragan would be dizzy by now.
Oh, that's harsh. Kyle Busch 10th in the chase standings. There's the 06 of David Ragan, and there's Kyle's car.
We're ready.
You see the red flag indicating pit road is closed, but Kyle comes in anyway, so they can get as much work done on that car as possible under the caution flag. This is our 14th caution. He's already around by the time we get to it, and there you see Kyle getting a piece of the wall.
And Kyle just simply got too high on the racetrack and could not bring it back down. Looked like Wally.
Watch the 48 team.
Not again. Chad Knaus, the crew chief on that automobile, saying, what in the world? What we got to do to catch a break around here?
Joe Nemechek is the lucky dog. Come around, be the 25th car scored on the lead lap.
I think he's going to still be a lap down. He was 2 down.
He already came around? Okay,
Yeah.
I was just looking at the scoring. Thank you.
I don't really know what the 48 got to worry about too much. I mean,
just the idea of things.
Yeah.
I mean, he was driving away, and let's see. There's Kenseth.
Matt Kenseth on pit road. Allen.
Well, really not a whole lot to lose, Bill, where they were running with the number of cars that are on the lead lap. Matt Kenseth saying to crew chief Robbie Reiser, I'll do whatever you want to do, but the back end of the car just not hooked up at all. Robbie called him in for a 4-tire stop, Dave.
Mark Martin, according to him, the car not handling very well. He should know he's driving it. 4-tire change for him. Fresh rubber on the 6 car. And they didn't want to come in if they were going to give up all the positions behind him. So they saw people starting to think that way. That's why they came down pit road.
Go ahead, BP. What are you thinking?
What was that all about?
Looks to me like Matt took that position away from Mark.
That's kind of what I thought. On pit road.
He wanted it and he took it.
On pit road.
Jeff Burton came in as the championship leader. He is out of the race, scored in the 42nd position, had a very difficult day. Trouble started early and his race ended early. He ran into the rear of Joe Nemechek's car. This was caution number 1. They had to tape down the hood because the hood pins got knocked out. Got knocked off the lead lap by Jeff Gordon. And then the motor went south. Gordon got out, the car was out. Came in as the championship leader. Right now he's 4th, 48 points back.
Well, Matt Kenseth was the leader, but he just made a pit stop. We'll back up about 10 spots. That might change. Jimmy Johnson, check that out. Gained 5 spots today. AB.
With Mike Ford, Denny Hamlin's crew chief. Mike, you've kind of fought a couple things all day, and now you're fighting a little bit of track position. Do you have enough to pass those guys in front of you?
Yeah, we've been not 100% in the engine department today. We've had an intermittent miss, but to tell you the truth, I think it's helped us on the long run to be able to save our tires. And, you know, we're going to go green to the end here. Don't plan on pitting again. So 100 laps on tires, I think we're going to have a good shot at that 48 car. You know, so we're making the most of it. Track position's been important. We've, you know, opted not to give that up, and it's worked out for us so far.
All right, thanks.
Casey Mears has gone around. Gordon may have run into the back of the 11. Sorry about that, Alan.
I believe that the 38 car, now how in the world that happened is beyond me, but if I'm not mistaken, the 38 of Gilliland ran in the back of 42.
Well, let's see what the video evidence shows.
That's exactly what did happen.
Oh, Gordon over the curb.
Threading the needle.
Yep, Gilliland just gets in the back of the 42 and around goes Casey Mears.
And Casey Mears was running in the top 3 and David Gilliland is 4 or 5 laps down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what these guys are thinking, man. I'm telling you what, when you're that far down, you should be out of the way.
Go high. Right through the middle, you'll be fine.
On board with Kurt Busch.
Ooh, boy, that was close.
One high. Come on, you're cool.
Now watch the 24 dive to the left, over the curb.
I wonder if he's going to be able to keep that spot. I would imagine he might be able to. I think that, you know, Gilliland, David Ragan, I think both those guys, I think they want to race, but they've got to pick better spots to go out and try to drive fast, not around these lead lap cars with 40 laps to go.
And when you're 3 or 4 laps down, too. If you're a lap down, you can almost say, okay, well, they're just trying to, you know, do what they can and get the lap back. But when you're that far down and you start knocking out guys in the top 10, you're not making any.
Boyer's gone around. Caution is out.
Get it cranked up. You'll be all right.
Gil Martin say, crank it up and go.
Crank up.
Oops, don't hit the wall, though. Marty, what were you going to say?
I was going to tell you, Tony Stewart's been on the saving his stuff for the end of the race plan, and I wonder if he's going to run out of time, though, BP. What do you think?
Yes, he has. 31 laps to go.
Yeah, I know, but they were, you know, they're hoping for a top 5 out of this thing. But Junior has been very frustrated with Casey Kane. He said on the radio to his crew, listen, he either needs to go or we're going to have to move him out of the way.
Well, that's, yeah. Like I said, wouldn't want to be Casey Kane.
And Boyer was trying to get alongside Tony Stewart and spun himself out to avoid spinning the 20 car out.
David Ragan, once again, will be the lucky dog under this caution. That 06 car. There's Boyer going around in the 07 again.
I think Boyer was maybe 2 miles an hour over his head getting in that corner.
This is caution number 16, 3 away from the record.
Come on, fellas.
And we know we got at least 2 more coming.
I guess he was finally trying to get by the 9, did not quite make it. Now be coming to get some tires. They won't start. Oh, man.
This is our 17th caution of the race, the most cautions this season.
It's been coming.
18 at Bristol.
He just dove underneath the 9 car when and the 9 actually gave him room, but the 8 was loose. You can see the car get sideways when he went down in the corner. And he just drove in that corner so deep, the car got loose on him. You see, he jumped on the brakes, the car got loose. He tried staying off of Casey. Casey kind of saw him to the left and drove up the racetrack. The Junior was just trying to do everything he could to get underneath him.
Looks like Harvick made a nice move through traffic. Here's on board with Earnhardt. Listen to.
All right, wheel hop the 2. He jumped on the brakes so hard, trying to outbrake like we talked about earlier, BP, like it's a road course. Right. He jumped on the brakes so hard, you can hear that boom, 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 boom. That was the rear wheels getting the wheel hop.
You see Kenseth, Carl Edwards, and Harvick. Wow! What a move by Harvick. He turned left down across the curb. Kevin, way to go.
And Kenseth looks like he just got into the rear of Kyle Petty. There's Harvick.
Spin in front of you. Stay low. Stay low.
He did that self-defense, didn't he?
Yeah, he did self-defense, but still, and came out smelling like a bed of roses.
Alan, how about Kenseth?
And he is really ticked off about the fact that Kevin Harvick is going to be in front of him for this restart. He said, okay, wait a minute. I slowed down coming through the accident scene. He ran through there wide open, and he's going to be in front of me? I don't get it. And several other things.
Some other adjectives. I mean, that's true. You know, when you do something like that, you're avoiding a wreck. I guess it depends where the loops are. Depends where the yellow goes out.
And Marty, coming down to you, Marty.
It's a long trip down pit road, too, and being in the 8 pit, you just get the feeling like what next is going to happen to us. I mean, remember the Talladega? They were running, obviously going to finish no worse than 3rd in that race, and they have the problem where Vickers takes out Jimmy Johnson and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Here they are running in the top 10 in Martinsville, and they have this problem. Junior said the brakes locked up on them going into turn 3, like you were talking about, Wally. Got a little wheel hop. They're going to restart probably 25th. And not be able to make much damage, I would say, on the field with as few laps as there are remaining.
Yeah, they were, man, he lost a lot of spots there. He was sitting 3rd or 4th, I think, in the championship there when he was running up front, and now he's back to around 7th. So just that little slip up there cost him some spots in the championship.
And these caution laps might help Mark Martin make it to the finish and hang on to a lead lap position at the end. There's Mark.
Kenny Wallace goes around off turn 2. Caution flag is out.
Ooh, this is not what Jimmy Johnson wanted to see. This is what Denny Hamlin wanted to see.
Oh, you got that right, Wally.
Caution number 18.
4 tires on.
Update on Denny Hamlin from Allen.
You're going to like this, guys. That caution came out. Denny Hamlin came on the radio and in a very quiet voice said, "He's mine."
Really?
Wow. And I got a big chuckle out of the guys at his pit box.
Boy. Mike Ford is crew chief. Take a look at what happened here.
Looks like McMurray, the 26, got in the back of Kenny Wallace. And
yeah.
See, that wouldn't happen that first 100 laps, would it?
No, they're through. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Earnhardt Jr. was back there. He got through it okay. On board. Dale.
And these cautions don't help Junior. He needed as many green laps as he could because That's the only way you're going to pass cars.
He scored 21st right now. Martin in 24th.
Only 9 laps to go. They're going to have a restart with about 5 to go, and all he can pass is a couple of cars.
Tell you once again that Jeff Burton came in here as the championship leader out of the race, scored 42nd after engine failure. Update on Earnhardt from Marty.
Well, imagine the disappointment for Dale Earnhardt Jr., Bill, who was running in the top 10, now back in around 20th. What is he, 21st, Bill? Is that where he's at now?
Yes, sir.
And these guys really have struggled. Junior said it's a different world back here in the back. You fight for every inch. When you're running in the top 5, top 10, sometimes it's a little easier. Guys are a little more forgiving, but back in the back, it's a fight.
Could be nasty back there.
People are nicer up front.
They are. Drove 7 Cup races last year, had 3 top 10s, and that pretty much set the stage for 2006. The driving for Coach Joe Gibbs, he brings a lot of talent and a lot of focus to a team that was looking for a guy to put in the seat. Now he's behind Jimmy Johnson with 6 to go. Stewart tries the outside of Mears.
Tries the outside of everybody.
Takes the spot away, does Tony Stewart. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead. Hamilton is right there on the back bumper.
I'm telling you, that 11 car gets through the center better than anybody here right now.
It would mean a lot to Denny Hamlin to win at Martinsville.
He is all over that bumper.
Contact, and here he goes.
48 didn't like that too much. He's going to run him down low to the racetrack.
These are 2 drivers racing for a championship and racing for the win. And Bobby Labonte, a hungry Bobby Labonte, right behind them.
He may come out winning this thing if these guys keep banging on each other. Hamlin on the bottom, 48 on the top. Jimmy Johnson's not giving it up.
Johnson back in front.
He's going to use that bumper again.
He's going to keep using it. 3 to go. Johnson gets a little bit of distance, but Hamlin will close it up in the turns.
Gonna have maybe one more shot at him.
And that's exactly what it's going to be. A shot. Off of 4. 2 to go. Hamlin's going to try and make one more run at Jimmy Johnson.
Clear by 2.
You know, Jimmy Johnson got off of turn 2 really good that time. Don't know if the 11 is going to be able to get to him, Bill.
Last lap at Martinsville. Jimmy Johnson won this race 2 years ago, but there was no victory lane, no celebration. 10 members of the Hendrick family, Tony Stewart's helicopter pilot, killed in a plane crash on their way to this race. Johnson's always wanted to get back to victory lane here at Martinsville to salute those fallen friends, and Johnson wins the Subway 500 at Martinsville. Strong run by Denny Hamlin and Bobby Labonte.
To drive this race car today. Jimmy, great job. Great job, pit crew. Great job done by everybody.
It was Chad Knaus. You heard Chad talking about how car owner Rick Hendrick is not at the track today.
Guys, remember how we talked about that. This is for everybody.
Chevrolet congratulates Jimmy Johnson and the 48 Monte Carlo SS on another great Team Chevy victory. 25 of the last 34 NASCAR Manufacturers Championships and counting. Chevy, an American revolution. Here's Matt Yoakum.
You see the smile on the 48 crew members' faces. You can hear the driver's voice, what this win means. Can you put into words what this win means for you and this 48 team chain?
No, not at all. I mean, for me personally, it's way more than a points battle. It's way more than anything else. You know, I mean, the whole Hendrick organization is such a great group of people. Mr. Hendrick is such a great guy, and damn, I wish he was here with us today so he could go to victory lane with us. But I couldn't be happier for this whole Lowe's team. I mean, these guys are incredible. Had great pit stops. Pit strategy worked out great. It's not like it's in the chip there a little bit, but that was just a great win. I'm so proud of everybody.
What were you thinking when they were trading paint side by side, less than 5 to go?
That's awesome, man. That's racing. That's what it's all about. You know, I'll tell you what, Mike Ford is a great crew chief, and he's done a wonderful, wonderful job with Denny, and I think those guys, you know, are going to be ones to contend with for a long, long time.
Just a traditional day here in Martinsville, trading paint and some good racing. Dave?
Danny Hamlin taking a look at the points after that really quick. Talk about 5 to go. Little shot to the 48. Was that your last chance, last hope?
Yeah, that was the last shot. He had a better car we did on the long run, and that was the only chance I had to get him. So I would love to get that grandfather clock, but it's going to be another day. Congratulations to all those guys. Jimmy did a great job hanging on, and we're proud of this whole FedEx Freight team. We run on 7 cylinders all day long. I mean, it's so
it went great through the turns, right?
It went great through the turns. It just really, really frustrating, and but we'll get him another day.
And Denny, when you had contact with the 48, there was no giving back there, was there? He just simply drove by you back on the outside?
Yeah, I mean, I knew if I cleared him, he was going to do the same thing to me going in the next corner, and odds are I wouldn't have been able to save it like he did. So, yeah, those guys did a great job, and proud of my whole FedEx crew. Mike Ford did a great call there at the end. We had a second-place car, so that's where we finished.
All right, Denny comes home second, still in the chase for the championship. Marty?
Well, Dave Dillon Jr. climbs from the number 8 Chevrolet, and it looked like a sure top 10. And then a little contact. What happened, Junior?
I messed up. I got in the brakes, and the car started wheel hopping down in the corner, and just spun out. Just made a mistake.
You needed green flag laps too at the end, didn't you?
Yeah, it'd have been nice. Man, we just kept having silly spins, but I guess I see why they're happening because I was one of them. But I just made a mistake, Can't blame it on nobody but myself, but we were trying to be smart and race for a good top finish, and we got down there at the end, and I got greedy.
As we said, they've been preaching big picture, though. They're 6th in the championship, 94 out. Bill.
Thank you, Marty. 5th win of 2006 for Jimmy Johnson. His 2nd win here at Martinsville, and the first time he's truly been able to celebrate at this track. He's in victory lane. Here's Alan Bestwick.
And here's Jimmy Johnson. Step into the middle here. Jimmy, congratulations. First question, tell me about those last 6 laps.
Short track racing at its best. I have to give Denny a lot of credit for racing as hard as he did. Yeah, I knew being in the lead that I was going to get a shot, and he gave me a shot. And after that, he took his chance, he couldn't get by, and then raced real clean after that. So I just don't know what to say. I'm kind of out of breath, and I want to wish Mr. Hendrick and everyone back in North Carolina that was a part of our H501 and 501RH going down a couple years ago. We didn't have a chance to celebrate then because of the loss of our close friends, and we're just so happy to be here today. And it doesn't ease the pain, but it may put a smile on all those families' faces.
And you will get a chance to celebrate tonight. Jimmy, talk to me about when you got shuffled back in traffic by the strategy. Your teammate Jeff Gordon didn't stop. You did with 100 to go. Any worries you were going to be able to get back up there?
I knew that I had a really good car. I thought that it would have been easier on us if we would have stayed out, but I was able to get back through there. This car was so good. I could really abuse it and then still have something left at the end of a run. So just very thankful for Lowe's, all the employee owners in the sport they give us. Hendrick Motorsports working so hard. This car is going to go race in Phoenix. Take it home, cut the body off of it, take it to Phoenix, try to win there.
Don't know if you were aware that Jeff Burton, the leader in the points, had a problem today, but you're now 3rd in the standings, 41 points from the lead with 4 races to go. A thought?
It's a crazy chase. The chase started, we were down and out. Didn't think we had a shot at fighting back, and then luck is a weird thing. The 31's been a very strong team and organization. I have a lot of respect for them, but luck's a weird deal that you can never predict. We've had our bad luck, they've had some now, and fans are going to have a heck of a race to the finish.
Enjoy this victory lane. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jimmy Johnson, winner at Martinsville.